New York Mets 2025 top prospect news and updates. Let's get into it. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the True Mets Talk podcast. It's your boy CP, fresh off of a huge 8-3 victory in game one versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. The New York Mets are getting some good news from the farm system as it relates to two top prospects in their top 10 according to the MLB pipeline. Before we fully get into this video, please do smash those thumbs up buttons, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts and opinions. It's been a while since we've talked about prospects on this channel, ever since I did my top 10 countdown in a two-part series. If you missed that, I'll link those videos in the description down below. Make sure to check them out. But today we're talking about Ronny Mauricio, the Mets' number 9th ranked prospect in this farm system, and also Carson Benge, who is lighting it up so far in High A Brooklyn as he comes in the updated list at number 3 in the top 10 pipeline for the New York Mets organization. Ronny Mauricio, it's really good to see him back. He has officially made his second rehab assignment start for the New York Mets, actually down in Single A St. Lucie. And his second game, he was playing shortstop. He played 5 innings of shortstop, made a couple of putouts there. He looked good range. And it's really just good to see him back in the field after suffering an ACL injury in the Dominican Winter League that forced him to miss all of the 2024 season. That was a little bit highly anticipated out of Ronny Mauricio ever since he came up in the later stages of 2023. Ronny Mauricio DH'd his first game. In the second game, he went hitless, but just the fact that he's out there making these rehab starts is a good sign. It's anybody's guess in terms of what the Mets see for the future for Ronny Mauricio. There's a lot of middle infield talent. There's a lot of things that the Mets can do potentially if they still view him as a part of this future, maybe potentially at the DH spot as well. When you're talking about production levels of Jesse Winker and Starling Marte, I think that's a future discussion to have because at this point, Ronny Mauricio is still very far away from completely making his way back to the big league club, but just positive news here from Ronny Mauricio and for this Mets organization. Clearly, Luis Angel Acuna is doing extremely well at second base. Francisco Lindor is the shortstop. Brett Baty, before he got sent down, was really impressive with his bat as he was making that transition to second base. Where the Mets view Ronny Mauricio positionally as a fit, nobody knows. The trade deadline will be coming up at some point. Does Ronny Mauricio coming back make Brett Baty expendable? Or vice versa? Does the resurgence of Brett Baty there over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, make Ronny Mauricio expendable in trade talks? Only the future knows. Only David Stearns knows at this point, but really happy to see that. And Carson Benge. Whew. Carson Benge, center fielder right now in High A Ball Brooklyn, is on a roll. He's got a 5-game hit streak. Over the last 5 games, he's batting 500 at this level. And I don't expect Carson Benge to be in Brooklyn for much longer before getting a promotion to Double A Binghamton. I mean, he is knocking the cover off the baseball. And in his first 17 games of this young 2025 season, he's batting 292 with an OPS over 800 at 818 and 8 RBIs to go alongside with those awesome numbers. And when you talk about Carson Benge, I mean, what's not to like? Lefty bat, has pop, all fields power, really good defensively, can play all 3 outfield positions. Now, we know that we're not looking at Carson Benge being promoted to AAA or the majors anytime soon. It's not going to happen this season. You could potentially talk about AAA, maybe a major league debut next season. But Carson Benge is a really underrated prospect because at this point of the season in 2025, when the Mets are trying to figure out how to get production from center field, right? The center field position, Tyrone Taylor, now Jeff McNeil's getting some reps in center field. Brandon Nemo has permanently made his transition over to left field. And Jose Siri, who has another year of control left after this year as well, goes down with that fractured tibia and he's going to miss some time. The future outlook of the center field position for the New York Mets is anything but certain. And I think that noticing and understanding that Carson Benge in the near future, you're talking about potentially even 2026 can come up and make an everyday impact at a scarce position that the Mets have been trying to get right ever since they moved Brandon Nimmo over to the corner outfield spot is certainly a really good sign. I like everything that Carson Benge possesses as a baseball player in terms of tools. I don't know if he's quite a five-tool player, but he's very close to it. And you're also talking about, I guess his outfield counterpart, who's a little bit more developed than Drew Gilbert. It's going to be very special to watch how the Mets manage both of those guys in the outfield when their time is going to come to come up to the major leagues. So really good news out of the Mets top prospects here, Carson Benge and Ronny Mauricio. These are two top 10 prospects that are well on their way to making an appearance in Queens. Whether it's this season, whether it's next season, we don't know. Only David Stearns knows at this point, but really good news. Let's go Mets. Thank you for tuning into the True Mets Talk podcast. We'll be talking more prospects at some point during this 2025 season. The Mets are on a roll right now, 21-9 record, MLB best record during the time of me recording this video. Smash those thumbs up buttons, subscribe for more Mets news and updates all 2025 long. Let's go Mets. It's your boy CP. Peace.